Okay, so there's a lot of talk, especially with Ghostbusters getting ever nearer, about rebooting fan favorite franchises and shit like that. We tackled this on Battle Mode once. I did, I think. I don't remember. I did actually, yeah. But I want you to cast me, or not cast me, but like pitch me a modern reboot of Back to the Future.
Oh God.
As you figure Hollywood would do it now. I want to know who you'd put in it, how you'd change the story around, what time periods they'd go back to. Like, would they go back to the 80s? Just as in the 80s they went back to the 50s. Now would they go back to the 80s?
Right, same time. Oh, that's so weird. It's the same.
I know, right?
Whoa.
Well, because last year was the year they went forward to, and they went 30 years into the future.
Yeah.
Right. So
oh, man. I want to say I'd put Chris Pratt in there, but that's so obvious.
Mm-hmm. See,
which is kind of funny because I actually did that. Wait, no, that's not. That was. Wow, I totally lost his name. Who's the actor?
Michael J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox, yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow, lost that.
See, here's my thing. I think in a modern world, they would either... I'm pretty sure we'd wind up with a gender-swapped Marty, right? So we'd have a female lead. And then we'd have, like, a racially shifted Doc Brown.
Yeah. Let's run with that.
In a modern setting, I think that's how we'd go. We'd have like, Doc Brown. He'd still be Doc Brown, but he'd be like, I don't know, like Don Cheadle or someone. Because I really like Don Cheadle, and he could do funny.
Yeah.
When he was Captain Planet, for instance.
Okay. Now, young women. I only know a few young women actresses. Shailene Woodley. I don't think she can do funny that well, though I really like her.
I've got it.
I've
got it. I fucking got it. Maisie Williams.
Oh. She's awesome.
Yeah. Female lead, Maisie Williams.
All right.
And then supporting character, Don Cheadle. All right, so we've got Maisie Williams and Don Cheadle. I'm sorry, I'm like taking it over, but
that's fine.
Go.
You're better at this than I am because I can hardly talk. And
fair enough.
Think. But
now, what are we doing for a car?
I don't think it should be a car.
You don't think it should be a car? I think the premise of a time machine made out of a fancy out of a fancy car would probably still be.
I think not like a fancy car, but a fancy other piece of transport technology or something. Fucking Segway.
Yeah, the time traveling Segway. See, I would think because you'd still have to work in the reason for the DeLorean was the stainless steel construction. The whole futuristic look of the car.
Any cars are made like that.
Well, yeah. But the whole futuristic appearance of the car, everything like that, and that played into the story and shit like that.
All the crazy technology in the Tesla.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, do a Tesla.
Yeah.
Could do that. I think I went with, when I was pitching something similar to this during an episode of Battle Mode that we did back in the day, which I don't even know if we ever...
No, it never went up. Yeah. The audio was all fucked.
Okay. I think I went with a Lamborghini Aventador.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because that shit is pretty fucking future-y looking.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't like Lamborghinis.
I know. A lot of people don't. I have been stuck on Lamborghinis ever since Transformers. So that's kind of always been my thing. But
Viper. That was always my thing.
Yeah.
I like Vipers.
Yeah. Vipers were my jam from the moment they were a thing. But that's what I went with. But yeah, you want something that's got that definite feel of future tech, right? Like, you could even take, like, a fucking Bugatti or something like that.
Bugatti.
Don't do it. Don't do a Bugatti. Although, could you imagine fucking Don Cheadle, lab coat, rolling up in a Bugatti with, like, extra shit on it?
Oh, man.
There's air horns going off.
It would have to be, like,
screen shaking.
Don Cheadle with an afro, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But he'd fucking, like, roll up this Bugatti, fucking colors are all flashing, there's air horns going off because it's all, like, fucking MLG Pro shit, right? And he's fucking got those pixelated deal with it sunglasses on as he rolls up. He's like, check out my new time machine, and Maisie Williams is like, what even?
Fucking Maisie Williams, I'm stuck on that, though. She would be so good.
I would cast her in a Back to the Future remake, even if it pissed people off. In fact, especially if it pissed people off.
What's the douchebag's name?
Biff Tannen?
Biff, right?
Yeah.
Biff.
So we've got Maisie McFly. Jeffrey Laser Ramsey as Griff Tannen. That's a red versus blue joke right there. Sorry. He plays Private Dexter Griff on Red vs. Blue. Anyway. Actually, Griff was actually... Now that I think about it, Griff was the name of Biff's grandson in Back to the Future Part 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah. His name was Griff Tannen.
You know, I don't think I've actually seen 2 or 3. I only ever saw the first one.
Oh, fuck. 3 was great, too, because they had... ZZ Top was in the movie. But they were, like, in the Old West.
Oh! I've seen
like
bits of that.
There was like a celebration going on because they're like, you know, putting the clock up in the clock tower of their new courthouse, right? And there's a fucking band playing there, and some shit goes down, and then after it's all cleared up, you know, everybody gets back to partying, and before the band goes back to playing, you see them all spin their instruments and then keep going, and I'm like, oh fuck, it's ZZ Top, fuck off. So good. But, yeah, okay, so for Biff Tannen, who do we want for Biff Tannen? Who's bullying Maisie Williams' weak father in this movie? J.K. Simmons.
He's too old for the role, isn't he?
Wow, okay, yeah, I mean, I guess if you want to, because in the present... He would be right, but then in the past he wouldn't be. So I guess we would want to go with
someone who could play older.
Yeah,
right?
someone who could under prosthesis play older and then play younger in the past. Could you imagine? She travels back in time and meets like 1980s Don Cheadle as fucking Doc Brown. Oh God, I love this idea already. How great would that be?
I am seriously blanking for all actors and actresses today. It's just gone.
Let me think. Okay, so now are we sticking with the original story of like goes back in time when parents are in high school kind of thing?
I mean, if you want to change the storyline, we can do that. I guess it's up to me, isn't it?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, I'm just kind of running with what we got going, but like at the same time, are we doing that? I don't know.
I'm so bad with this actually. 'Cause I'm a writer. I sit down and I sit there for hours thinking. I'm not just like, this is a thing.
I'm like, pull all the things out of my ass. Let's see. So.
Either way, we have to get them in a situation where there's a band playing an epic song that's written just for the movie.
That's true. Either that or it's just never gonna give you up. I'm kidding. At least throw some Tears for Fears in there instead. Yeah, definitely have to go to the 80s because that would be a great time.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a very great time. You know.
They should have a series, like when they reboot it like this, they gotta have a series where each one they go back to a different time, like a different era, so like 80s, 70s, 60s, and there's an epic song in each one that relates to the era. So like you'd have a Power of Love style song in the 80s one, and then like a, I don't know, Time of the Season one kind of thing in the 70s one. What was that 70s song?
Oh, I've got it too. Okay, so check this out. Travel back in time to the 1980s. Find someone playing an original Nintendo be like I've got the game on my cell phone. That's the kind of scene that would have to happen.
That would happen, yeah.
Because it's like, hey, I can play that on this thing. Future tech.
But can you play it with a glove?
It's so bad. He was
He's
serious. All right. So we've got a Tesla with Don Cheadle and Maisie Williams. And
Don Cheadle with an afro.
yeah. So she's gonna go back in time and meet her parents in high school. And her dad is gonna be played by...
Who would make Maisie Williams' dad?
Not counting Sean Bean. We're not having anyone die in this movie.
Liam Neeson.
No. No, because we still need, like, for everybody, we're gonna need people who can be themselves in the past, right?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there's so many actors that we could use for, you know, the present. We could have someone play them differently in the past. Like, we could have someone, right? Or we could have, like they did with the original, where they had the actors consistent, but just aged.
Yeah, so we want to pick someone in their 20s.
Yeah, someone around there. Oh, I've got it. Her father is Andrew Garfield. He's not in his 20s. He's actually, like, what, 30?
Yeah, he's like 31.
But
he
he
looks
can
like
still...
he's 10.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield. Be nice to see that guy in something.
How about Andrew Garfield plays young him and Tobey Maguire plays old him?
No, Tobey Maguire is the bully. Tobey Maguire is Biff Tannen. I mean, Tobey Maguire probably couldn't pull off looking like a kid anymore, but...
Or like a bully.
Yeah, that's true. Although, I mean, I guess, you know, if fucking Topher Grace could play Eddie Brock, then...
But he couldn't.
I know he couldn't. He tried. He failed miserably. It was such a terrible movie.
So bad. See, the only thing good about that movie was the emo dance scene.
Yeah, no, I agree. Oh, I know who would play the principal of the school.
Mm-hmm.
Colin Farrell.
Okay, yeah.
Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
With his Irish accent.
Yes, well, you can't cast him without it.
Yeah, well, people try.
Stupid.
Yeah, I know. All of the movies that I've ever liked that he's been in, he's had that accent. Except Daredevil. He made me miss! God, fuck you, Bullseye. You're such a terrible villain. I mean, you're not even as good a marksman as Hawkeye. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, fuck off. Okay, so Colin Farrell for the principal. And who would play the mother that Andrew Garfield is spying on from the window with his telescope? Because binoculars are too old school. You'd have to use a telescope.
Yeah.
The 80s.
Yeah. Mother age actress.
Well, not necessarily mother age, but like, you know, looking like she could be a high schooler and then also play the mother. Right?
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Because everybody we're casting, they've got to be, you know, like, they've got to be able to be the young versions and the older versions, right? Of basically those three mains, right? You need the mother, the father, and the bully, right? They don't necessarily have to still be McFlys and Tannins and shit like that, but they could be, you know, like whoever, right? But yeah, so we've got Andrew Garfield still somehow playing a high school student, but also playing you know, something more akin to his actual age.
Yeah.
Then we've got for the mother, who looks like they could. Oh, no. Although, no. I don't know.
So we're looking for like someone who's younger that can play younger and older.
Yeah.
I'm super struggling with actors.
I know, so am I. We may have to cut this entire segment because it's just us fucking standing around faffing about.
Well, I can just cut all the silence out.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first picture that just showed up, Chloe Grace Moretz.
Oh, fucking duh.
Yeah.
Of course. Yep. Yep. In that case, I might have to recast Andrew Garfield because that might just seem a little creepy.
Yeah. Maybe.
So yeah, I'll definitely, I'll buy into that one. That's good. All right, so we've got a mother, we've got a tentative father, and now we need a bully. But maybe to like change it up, the bully. No, maybe in this one the mother is the loser, the kind of like dorky loser, and then like the dad is like Andrew Garfield after he's been working out. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, switch that too, since we're switching, you know. And then the bully is like a mean-spirited bitch in school.
Okay.
Right? And then you play off like a whole different dynamic. Instead of like, McFly, I'm gonna beat you up. It's like, you know, I'm going to humiliate you in front of all of your friends and all of the school. And like,
it's like,
yeah.
Back to the Mean Girls.
Yeah, back to the Mean Girls. Totally.
Her.
Who? Who the fuck is that?
She's playing the witch in Suicide Squad, the witch person, and she was in Paper Towns.
No, you know what? I think I just saw. Is that Dakota Fanning? Because I would say go. I would say we could go with that. Maybe not.
Because I dig it. I don't want the book. Fuck you.
The book.
Cara Delevingne. Yeah.
I don't even know who that is, but whatever.
She's awesome.
All right, if you think she could pull it off, I'm sticking with that. You're the one pitching this after all.
She has the sort of mean girl look to her, but she's also like super silly and stuff. So.
And of course, set in the 1980s, there could be like a lot of like big hair and fucking like all that shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it. So we've got the turbo bitch who's humiliating the mother. Meanwhile, she's like kind of totally gaga for at present Andrew Garfield after he's worked out. Okay, so I'm liking this so far.
I don't know enough about Back to the Future to be doing this. You pitched it to the wrong guy.
Damn it. That's why I'm helping you out.
No.
Because me, I was all about Back to the Future.
I probably, if it was something I even did know, I probably would have done terrible today anyways.
That's fair. Okay, so there's that, and we've got the principal for the school, Colin Farrell. Was shaven bald though. Gotta shave him bald, because the principal was a fucking like straight up. Because the dude never looked ever any different. Like in the 50s and the 80s, he looked absolutely the same. And in the Old West, he still looked the same, which is weird. It wasn't actually him. It was, like Marshall Strickland.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay, so we've got that. So then we'd have to have, like, because Biff Tannen had his fucking, like, his posse of dudes, right? So I guess in this case, he'd have to have the girl with her, like, fucking clique of fucking popular chicks,
so
right?
Dakota Fanning
would be in that, yeah. Definitely. She'd be a side character.
How many?
Like 3, I think.
Okay.
One of Biff Tannen's was totally Billy Zane.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can't remember if it was in every movie or just one of the movies, but totally Billy Zane. It's great.
Hey, fuck off.
Your phone really likes Dakota Fanning for some reason.
Apparently.
It's like, hey, look at Dakota Fanning. No, I'm trying to fucking scroll through. No, seriously, look at Dakota Fanning.
I don't know any of these people.
looking at actresses or Tinder profiles. I don't know what's up. Anyway, so, all right. So has to go back in time and help her mother, you know, overcome the bitches at school and get the guy, right? And all the while having to deal with fucking batshit crazy scientist 1980s Don Cheadle. I'm just picturing like big neon sunglasses and fucking just every stereotypical.
Did you say that they would be pixelated sunglasses too? Because that would be awesome.
Well, no, that would be modern day with him rolling up in a Bugatti.
Right.
And it would actually just be those straight up pixel deal with it sunglasses that come down. Yeah. If the car was a Bugatti, though, we're going with a Tesla instead because it's electric and that's future, right? So that would be, and I mean, you could make something about like the electric fucking power cell is needed to, you know, flux the capacitor and
fusion
and fusion the mister and yeah. But it would have to be done in the fucking refractive paint job that makes the rainbows appear when lights shine on it.
Yeah. Yeah,
so when it's driving through and it's like rainbows.
Yeah.
And Don Cheadle is laughing at the top of his lungs, bombing down the road in that.
Wow, she looks different. It's weird. Dakota Fanning. It's weird watching actresses grow up. Actors and actresses.
Definitely. Alright, so we got that. Now we need story aside from the basics. Or do we? I don't know. We've taken a lot of time on this.
I know. This will be segment 6. We'll
Yeah.
just split it.
Alright. I think we might just have to call it there and be like...
To round it up.
Okay. So, to recap, we have Maisie Williams as the lead, you know, playing the Marty McFly character, renamed however you want, right? With Don Cheadle playing her Doc Brown. Alright. Now, because of her troubled home life, she fucking found this dude who's like, maybe he's like a science teacher or something, right? And she's really into the whole science thing because her mom's kind of a fucking nerd, right? So she's like, oh, that's really cool. And he's like, by the way, I built a time machine out of a fucking Tesla. She's like, whoa, what? And he's like, yeah, no, fucking great shit.
You can afford a Tesla?
Yeah.
You're a teacher.
That too, right? And yeah, so as her father, we have Andrew Garfield. And then
Obviously aged.
Yeah.
Father.
Aged because he looks like he's 10, despite being in his like 30s.
It'll hit him someday.
It'll hit him someday. Probably like a sack of fucking testicles. Let's see, who did we have for the mother?
Was that the one I picked?
Yeah.
Cara Delevingne?
No, that was the bully.
That was the bully, that's right.
Who did we have as the mother?
Chloe Grace Moretz.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Hit girl. Right. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Got it. So yeah, she's the mom, kind of a nerd, right? Her boss at her job is this bitchy woman who's been, you know, basically riding her fucking ass since high school, right? So Maisie Williams decides to use this time machine to go back in time, and she meets her parents as teenagers in high school, because Andrew Garfield can still play a teenager in high school with like almost no problem at all.
Yeah.
And you know, in those days, the bully has like her own little bitchy clique of fucking of girls at school. One of whom is Dakota Fanning. The rest,
And
we don't. You know.
the other one can be Elle Fanning. She's like 2 years younger, but that's fine.
Yeah, whatever. It works for me. And then yeah, so that's basically what we've got. The story would play out a lot like Back to the Future, but with things changed up. Like instead, it's, you know, Andrew Garfield, after he's worked out for a while, is the dream dude that the nerdy hit girl wants to hit.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
Even though he's twice her age, pretty much.
yeah. So Maisie Williams has to like help her, stand up to these bitches in school and get the guy and fucking have a good life and shit like that. And then that I'm sure we could tweak a pretty good Back to the Future out of that shit.
Yeah, I'd buy that cast.
I would watch that movie.
Yeah.
I think like a lot of people might be like, oh, what the fuck? Don't touch my fucking Back to the Future.
Yeah, if Back to the Future had to be remade,
This is how, yeah.
Yeah.
Like personally, I would still prefer nobody touch the damn thing.
Yeah.
But if they had to remake it, if it came out like they're like, okay, this has to be done now, that's what I want to see.
That's the thing about remakes too. Make it interesting.
Yeah.
If you're changing it up, like don't just remake the same movie, just not as well because everybody loved the original movie enough for you to remake it.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm especially happy with the fact that they would have to go back to the 1980s because you could have some serious fun with that. Especially you could have like there'd be a DeLorean in the movie somewhere in the 80s.
Yes.
There'd just be like Don Cheadle would have one in the 80s.
Oh yeah.
Don Cheadle
totally.
would have a DeLorean.
Totally.
That'd be calling it there. That's how it would roll.
We killed the camera twice with this episode.
Awesome. Camera's dead.
All right.
We're going. We're done, I think.
Done.
Let's
See you next week.
play some DuckTales.